Corps. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Oh my god.
I got shot.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Scene 4. A close encounter. The date is August 18th, 1804. It is Captain Lewis's 30th birthday, and Captain Clark just celebrated his 34th. The Corps have rowed themselves into the territory of the dangerous hostile Teton Lakota.
Look ahead on the hills.
There stands Partisan with the American Indian Extra. With his headdress and weapons, he looks down upon the Missouri River with hate-filled eye. Seaman begins barking with ferocity.
Oh no, it's the
Teton Lakota.
Lakota.
Why do you say oh no?
The Teton Lakota are a savage people.
Hashtag savage.
They control the Missouri with an iron fist. We must pay a handsome tribute to them to pass through their lands.
Thankfully, we brought all these gifts.
The problem is they want to claim all of it.
The Corps gets off the boat, and they are greeted by Partisan and an American Indian Extra. Partisan runs around and encourages the class to join him in an American Indian war whoops.
Jackson?
He then stops and
Join
approaches.
whoops.
Sorry. Oh, okay. Thanks. He approaches Lewis.
We bring greetings from the great Chief Jefferson of the American clan. He is the ultimate father and would like to bestow upon you many gifts.
Drouillard translates Lewis's words in sign language. York and Floyd bring gifts for the chief, including the presidential medallion.
We do not trust your kind. You best be on your way as quickly as possible. These gifts will be taken as a cost of your passage, not crossed back this way.
Drouillard signs Partisan's words to Lewis. The rest of the expedition raises their guns and point them at the Indians, and the Teton Lakota do the same. Seaman goes over to the Teton chief and lifts his leg as if to pee on him.
Seaman, get over here. Bad dog, bad.
The dog returns to Lewis's side. The Corps back away slowly onto their boat, pushing back into the Missouri River.
The Lakota are angry at the presence of the white men and plan to attack us.
A few weeks will pass, and I'll get a really bad tummy ache.
Here, take 2 pills. There you go, buddy.
No
Thunderbolt.
thanks.
Thunderbolt.
But not before Sergeant Floyd gets severely sick and dies, becoming the only death on the trip.
That's how you die.
How'd he die? Most don't know, but many modern doctors suspect his appendix burst.
For the
But
love
we're-
of Miley Cyrus, it came in like a wrecking ball.
Floyd falls to the ground, gripping his side, and dies very painfully.
I think I'm gonna try to take
Where
care of
are you?
Scene 5. Flip the page.
Clark.
Actually,
Flip the
Clark's
page.
supposed to say hashtag
No.
Thunderbolts.
Oh, come on.
Come on, it's hashtag Thunderbolts.
Hashtag Thunderbolt.
Excellent.
that
There
one.
we go. And scene. All right. Scene 5. We need Lewis, Clark, York, an animal, Drouillard, Seaman, and the prairie dog. Okay.
It's a hunt and see. Let's
Go.
go.
All right.
Let's go.
The date is September 7th, 1804.
I'm not.
Drouillard is out hunting. The animal is dressed like a buffalo.
There's one.
Drouillard shoots at a buffalo. It
Bam!
groans loud and falls over hard with its forelegs straight into the air. He goes over to cut up the buffalo to take back and feed the camp.
I had to. These guys eat almost 9 pounds of meat every day.
After receiving several letters from President Jefferson, Lewis has been asked to send home a live animal. Lewis, Clark, and York decide to catch a prairie dog.
Ugh, these things are exhausting. Exhaustingly fast.
Excellent.
Why is my guy so weird?
Oh,
Whoa.
Hashtag Pokemon Go. Why is my guy so weird?
Lewis, Clark, York, and Seaman take turns trying to catch the prairie dog until it runs into a hole.
Under a desk.
York,
What am I supposed to do?
you're on page 6.
Let's flood them out.
Oh yeah.
Let me know.
Now we're talking. York, take the horse up there
and divert the stream to this hole. This dog should pop right out.
After several hours, the dog pops out right into Lewis's lap.
Clark, I've caught it.
I'll get the cage.
I hope the president enjoys this little guy.
Bark. And scene.
Oh yeah.
All right, scene 6.
This is like bad improv.
Yeah, it's awesome. Oh my gosh, Jackson. All right, the important lady. So now we have Lewis, Clark, York, an animal, Drouillard, Seaman the dog, Charbonneau, Sacagawea, Jean-Baptiste, and the paparazzi.
Paparazzi.
They don't say anything. Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Paparazzi again.
It's all good. The date is November 4th. Hey, that was yesterday. 1804.
Should have done this yesterday.
The expedition are on the boat, rowing their way up the Missouri until they reached what is modern-day Montana. They get off the boat.
However, we are about to find their greatest resource there. A young American Indian woman named Sacagawea.
She stands at the front, hands on hips, and smiles as the wind blows in her hair. The paparazzi come up and snaps a picture of her. Clark meets a Frenchman named Charbonneau, who is much like Lewis, handsome, talkative, and maybe overconfident. However, Clark hires him as an oarsman and guide.
Welcome on board the corpse of Discovery Shore.
But they must also
Monsieur.
bring my wife with me.
This journey is much too dangerous for a beautiful woman like her.
She's very pregnant, monsieur.
Oh, now I'm pregnant now. I will be traveling on this journey. I will not have.
You have to be holding your stomach.
I am.
Okay.
I'm not pregnant, so I don't have to. I will not leave my family.
Click, click.
Paparazzi photo.
Snap, snap.
Yeah, if it's in parentheses, you don't say it. All
Oh.
right, Clark.
Oh, okay. Lewis, let's not be impractical here. Of course, you can join us.
You're stepping aside to whisper to me.
Whisper loudly.
Shoshone.
She's showing what?
Shoshone, is that how you say that?
She's showing. What's that?
It's a tribe.
Shoshone.
It's a Indian tribe.
She's showing. She can help us
Negotiate.
negotiate with the tribe.
And then we can use their horses to help us in our travels.
I'm gonna flip the page.
Hermione sings.
We're on page
Sing.
Yes. At the tender age of 17, she is about 7 months pregnant.
Oh, crap.
Sacagawea has a strong confidence about her, much more than her husband.
Oh.
How do you say your name?
Sacagawea.
No, that's
Oh. My bad. Sorry.
That's how good I am at this, guys. How do you say your name? Something like cowboy there.
Suck like a
Like
cowboy.
cowboy.
All right.
Where's Adrian?
Kind of like an Canadian. Suck like the Cowboys, eh?
Wait a minute.
Something like cowboy.
On page 8. We're on page 8.
Oh, sorry.
Juan Chesney will go all day.
Where am I out? Where am I
Right
at?
at the top.
Oh,
Right at the top.
do I say it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, no, it's
Sacagawea.
God, that was
Joe.
I'm going to call you Jenny. Janie.
2 months pass and Sacagawea puts her hand on her stomach. She lies on her back. She's ready to give birth.
Ready, set, ready to do. Omaha. Nation, hype.
Sacagawea snaps the baby doll like a football right into
Holy
Lewis's
crap.
hand. Clark approaches.
Right.
Sacagawea.
So I bit my kid, right?
Uh-huh.
And the name of this little cute little guy is Jean.
Jean-Baptiste.
Jean Bonbon.
Yeah,
Jean-Baptiste.
Hashtag John Cena.
Baptiste.
Now it's a question.
Oh, cracker. What? Hashtag John Cena.
There you go.
Hashtag John Cena.
Where was I in this scene?
Sorry, Bart. Then we lose.
And then all three of y'all say,
No.
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 Jenny, say no.
No.
Where's that at?
No, just say no.
Say no.
Winston.
Say the
No.
word no.
No.
All right, we got it.
Oh!
Clark.
I'm going to nick him in the paw.
And
Red
scene.
42, I'm home.
That's hilarious.
Say go.
All right, scene 7, Left for Dead.
There's no way this happened.
The date is August 12th.
Set hut. Bam.
As a matter of fact, Lewis did help Sacagawea.
Yeah, but not set hut.
Why did you want it to be a boring?
No.
Play?
No, that's
Okay.
why I like it. It's so
But
funny.
in real life, Lewis did help deliver the baby. Actually.
Nice.
Okay, so narrator 1, that's me. The date is August 12th, 1805. The Corps are paddling in the boat, but the morale is at a new low. They have experienced some major problems.
I got us lost and tipped over a few of our boats. Oh, wait, never mind.
Yeah,
Our
that's
boat was
you.
lost and tripped over.
That's English. You're French, man.
I don't know.
You were
We
doing
did.
great earlier.
Time I said it.
So do I like fake jump in the water?
Yeah, fake jump into the water.
Splash.
I did save a boatload of what?
Artifacts.
Artifacts and journals.
Who's John Baptiste?
My son, right?
I have a poopy diaper.
York.
What?
You take a thunderbolt.
Worst of all, the Missouri River finally came to an end. Lewis was sure he'd find the Northwest Passage. Lewis, Seaman, and Drouillard start running uphill with a huge smile on their faces, yelling,
It's
It's
here.
here, it's here. I know the Pacific is here.
Oh, my bad. Oh, wait.
That's both of you.
Yes.
Oh, my bad. It's
Here,
here.
it's here. I know the Pacific is here.
However, when Lewis crosses over the Continental Divide, he does not find the Pacific Ocean.
I have found more mountains. Come on, man.
Today we will call these Rocky Mountains, which are quite far from the Pacific Ocean. I thought the Pacific Ocean was north.
Okay, sure.
West.
West.
And we were lost in the belief. We soon became starved, crazy, and tired.
Okay, Rihanna.
Finally,
Nine.
the captain
you know.
let me navigate, and I led us into an American Indian camp. It was that of my
Shoshone.
Shoshone
Shoshone.
and
Click, click. The Shoshone are led by a great leader by the name of Kamawait, who stands cautious with the American Indian extra.
That's you, David.
Lewis, Clark, York, Drouillard, Charbonneau, and the animal are crawling on all fours, whimpering in pain and hunger.
Lewis and Clark.
All right, Kamawait.
Yes, and these filthy vermin came here, and instead of eating fish, we offered them killed and ate dogs for food.
We ate dogs?
Lewis, Clark, York, and Drouillard and Charbonneau are licking their fingers and finally look to be okay. Seaman runs and hides.
That is until we kill them. Except, no.
What is that word?
Kamawait.
Wait.
Sacagawea.
You two know one another?
Yes, this is my brother.
The two Shoshone siblings embrace in a strong clutch. Paparazzi takes some photos.
I have not seen you since you were captured 4 years ago.
So Charbonneau captured him?
I don't know. It was
Kill
another,
Charbonneau.
it was another tribe. It was another tribe, y'all.
It's Charbonneau.
Okay,
Sounds
Top of the
fancy
page, 10.
wine.
it is so good to see you leading our people. Please meet your nephew.
Just throw him across the room, Chesney. Oh, dropped him.
Wait, David's my brother?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, this is my brother.
Shh. We're trying to finish this scene, man.
We welcome the brothers Lewis and Clark to our village. Thank you for returning me with my sister. For that, I give you 20 of my most tried wishes.
Yes.
All right. Here we go.
That should keep us.
The Corps leave the Shoshone camp and eventually paddle their canoes down the mighty Columbia River. Eventually, they reach the Pacific Ocean on November 20th, 1805. in what is now the border between Washington and Oregon.
Ocean view. Oh, the joy.
When they arrived there, the group was torn about what to do, so the whole Corps voted on it.
The vote was revolutionary, as it marked the first time a black man that was slave was allowed to vote on something that was American.
Likewise, since I was also able to vote, it marked the first time a woman,
Though
an American Indian was also allowed.
So it's settled. We'll make camp just to the south of the river. I'll name.
I'm going to nickname it Fort Clatsop.
Cheesy and Rice Clark. Are you going to nickname everything?
Hashtag nickname. Why don't I? It's so weird.
the group of 29 men, Sacagawea and Jean-Baptiste, would camp there at Fort Clatsop for about 3.5 months.
And it seriously rained like the whole time.
Oui, I don't ever want to see water again.
Goo goo Lady Gaga.
On March 7th, 1806, the group began their return trip. Sacagawea proved to be incredibly important.
The captain's
When the group returned, they were hailed as heroes.
Do I actually like to sing this?
Yeah.
Oh, good lord. Let heaven and nature sing. Let heaven and nature sing.
It's a Christmas song.
Yes.
I don't know that song.
That's all right. All right.
Good
Last
job.
scene, y'all.
Woohoo!
Okay, here we go.
Crap.
So what happened to each of the characters after their triumphant return down the Missouri River to St. Louis on September 23rd, 1806?
Hasn't
I
it been
said-
like
I'll tell you.
I served as president for the next 2 years, which were some of the worst years of my life. I left hating this stupid job.
The maps I created charted the unknown West. I went on to live for another 30 years, serving as the first
Superintendent.
superintendent of Indian Affairs for the rest of my life.
Seaman and the horse High Paw Hoof.
Woof woof.
Excellent. There you go. All right, York.
There's plenty of mystery behind my life. Some say I failed at business, while others say I escaped from court, earning my freedom while living among the pro-American Indians.
I became a major fur trader in the West, but I was killed by the Crow in 1810.
You escaped me?
You're supposed to Indian next year. Come kill me.
Okay.
Did you escape?
Now die dramatically.
Oh!
There you go.
Yeah, what's that first one?
Charbonneau,
Ah!
Charbonneau and who's Charbonneau?
your husband.
Okay. Charbonneau I already killed. And is that
Anti.
White Ray. White.
Yep, that's right.
Raised during the War of 1812. Not much else is known beyond
My hug.
You gonna say it?
She
Hashtag
actually
lots
killed.
of death.
They actually killed me and him.
There's a lot of killing in this.
You're dead. It's
All right, Jean-Baptiste.
I attended college paid for by Captain Clark. He took me as a guest student and later adopted me after my transfer. I went on to be a very wealthy trapper and gold miner.
I was named the first governor of Louisiana Territory, but died 3 years later. There was plenty of mystery behind my death, but it's possible suicide, but possibly a murder. Who's Finn?
Finn is Latin for end.
So is that me? And that's my.
That's Jean-Baptiste.
So when was the
baby.
first date? Let's see.
Now, so
Actually, his name is.
who?
Scary.
Jean-Baptiste
Which one's
Charbonneau.
no.
I don't know. All right, just to let you know, this whole journey took 2.5 years.
It's actually Palm, by the way.
It's
So-
because-
Now what time is it?
And so a lot of people thought they had died because it took them so long to come back. And I mean, everything that's in here is, well, I don't say everything, but the base facts there are true.
Wait,
So it took them like a year to get there and a year to come back.
It took them a year and a half to get to the ocean. They stayed at Fort Clatsop for 3.5 months, and it did rain all but maybe 13 days the whole time. And then it took them only 6 months to get back because they were going downstream. Because they had to go upstream to get to the Rocky Mountains.
Yep.
I found
and
more mountains.
Sacagawea is
Not sure.
something of mostly water.
Isn't she on like an Indian coin or something like that?
She's on the gold dollar. The gold dollar. Yeah.
You get a gold dollar.
Yeah.